Hi, so I'm using a time lapse from a different YouTuber at the moment from the background, but all these hardcore YouTubers and all their amazing, incredible builds that I've been seeing recently has been something that I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about what is one of the most important reasons on why these builds can be done and why these people can survive so many days in hardcore, and that is because of Minecraft's villages, the most useful of all the mobs. I am working on a special mob ranking and I have put the villagers pretty high on this ranking because obviously villagers are useful. So I thought it'd be fun to have a little spin-off video where I just sit down and rank all the villagers before I release the all mobs video. So today I'll be sitting down and ranking every villager from worst to best. There is a total of 15 villagers, so I hope you guys enjoy and get right into the video. Before we begin today's ranking, I just need to quickly mention something. So, as of making this video, recently Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, sadly lost her battle to cancer. So as a commemoration to her, I am going to be putting a link to cancer relief in the description here. Let's donate to help fight this really, really depressing disease, and with all that, let's get right back into it. When it comes to the ranking of the Minecraft villagers, there's only one type of villager that I'm pretty sure everyone internationally would agree is the worst, and that is the nitwit. These are green coat motherfuckers who literally have no purpose. Their purpose is to be a bitch. They don't get a job, they don't do anything. So if you have any unnecessary workstations like become someone, these guys will not do anything. They like literally go, "Do you really think I'm gonna do your labor for you?" And I'm like, oh my god. Hey, at least they're a good subject for those torture chambers. So, next up on the list is another pretty universal one, which is the leather worker, who, as you may have guessed by the very obvious name, sells leather armor, which is definitely not worth it, especially when you look at the other items that other future villagers can learn. Like, not really trying to spoil all too much. So, yeah, it's not really worth the emeralds when you could really just save up for just a little better thing. The leather workers need a cauldron, which is 7 iron to create, which you could have just done to make iron leggings or ingots, or even better, the items to get the way better villagers. I feel obligated to place the fisherman in the 13th place, as its traits are very specifically focused on the fishing mechanic, which, to be fair, like, when I come into playing the game, I have to admit, it's hard, because my patience is kind of crazy, and I can't fish, and I don't really see the purpose of a fisherman because, well, I don't fish in the game, so what's the point of having a fisherman? I think it's interesting, though, because the only good trade for it is string, which you can get a fuck ton using those string dupers, but I'm not going to add in the string duper as a thing because I think it's cheating, and I wouldn't use it, especially since I'm in an SMP, where it's literally not allowed. However, what is allowed is the Wandering Trader. Okay, this is a hot take. I feel the Wandering Trader isn't utilized as much as it should be. This is a villager variant that doesn't really need any blocks to get a profession. It is one of those randomly spawned ones. If you don't know how this guy works, is basically during a playthrough, this guy will randomly appear while you're playing. And he will come with 2 llamas, both with a very exclusive skin that you can only get by meeting the Wandering Trader. This variant also trades a variety of items. Yes, the variety items aren't useful, but you can get all the different types of woods. Number 11 is the Shepherd. I have no idea why this choice gave me so many issues placing, but in the 11th spot is the Shepherd, as I don't feel any more obligated to put it any higher, as its traits consist of mostly everyday wool and dyes. However, these can be automatically farmed, but, with Minecraft 1.20's new addition of the crafter making those farms easier, I do see this guy getting less purpose. However, the only thing that I do like about this is the fact that I don't have to fill it up with shears, and it is a lot easier to get it, as I'm someone who would much rather get really good villagers than having a fucking wool farm. So our top 10 is the Cartographer, which is a villager that uses a special table called the Cartography table. Literally, it's in the name. Anyway, the purpose of this villager is to trade you explorer maps and other map-themed items. Like these are, for example, the Ocean Monument, the Woodland Mansion, and, with 1.21's new update, the Trial Chambers, making it easier to experience this brand new structure and genuinely have more fun with it, because I'm really excited. I have some plans ready for this, I can tell you that. So yeah, this really difficult structure makes life way easier to find when I can actually look for it. It's also being used for extra maps. The only annoying thing about a cartographer is if you want to find multiple trial chambers, you have to find a new cartographer And who knows, maybe you'll be unlucky and get a cartographer that sells the same map. Like, it's genuinely upsetting. Okay, so for number 9 is a bit more of a controversial one, because people wouldn't like this one. However, this is the Zombie Villager. Now, for note, the Zombie Villager is something that I was tempted not to put in there, as we are talking about the professions, but I decided to put the Zombie Villager in here as it's kind of an essential for when it comes to Minecraft. The Zombie Villager is literally like the stepping stone when it comes to the mobs. It is essential for making trading halls. It is essential for everything. These are the things that you use to cure to get the incredible trades that people do to make these insane fucking villager farms. So I feel really bad if I don't have this in the list, and it deserves the top 10. I tried to put it as high as I could. That was possible and like understanding, but the other ones have way better trades that I believe should be more mentioned. So, for this entry is the Cleric. This villager profession is acquired by a villager interacting with a brewing stand. I find this to be a pretty all-around useful villager, as it can trade stuff like ender pearls, experience bottles, which is a good addition to any trading hall, as they must-haves. The reason why it's lower in my top 10 ever is because I feel like the other future villagers could be way more useful. However, with the purpose of getting redstone from witches now being 4 to 8 per drop is definitely a different change, especially if you have looting free. So I'm excited to see what they do, but yeah, I hope that they show some more love to the Cleric, because I think it deserves some good trades. Maybe a redstone trade, that will make the Cleric more useful. I don't really know what to put in here, so this is the Hyperfire section. The Weaponsmith is acquired when a villager interacts with a grindstone, and it sells enchanted weapons all the way up to diamonds. I have really nothing else to say, so yeah. Up to number 6, the Armorer, which is acquired when a villager makes contact with a blast furnace. It trades well armor and diamond fully enchanted. This can be a good placeholder for gear in the future, even though I only see this being more early game, as mending helps break it apart. I would use this a lot more early game, though, I will say that to you. I wish for number 5 I could continue the little Hyperfire thing that I did, but no. Number 5 is the Mason, because I genuinely forgot this guy existed for a sec, but then I remembered how much I actually use this guy, as he needs a grindstone to be used. This guy has pretty evenly accessible blocks that I would fucking hate to go looking for, especially terracotta. And the Mason is genuinely a more useful building friend, and is a great way to start the top 5 of this list, which I'm really hoping the next one isn't annoying! Oh, wait. Okay, so just barely off the top 3 is the Toolsmith. This profession is acquired when a villager interacts with a smithing table and gives access to a group of fully enchanted tools all the way up to diamond, like the similar ones. However, the reason why this one is ranked higher than the Armorer and the other one is because I can find the Toolsmith villager actually something that I would utilize. As someone who would make a lot of tools and not want to waste materials, this is a good way to just have a placeholder for making good tools and having them fully healed. Because I still break mending, and I absolutely hate having to go re-enchant a pickaxe. So having this is definitely a nice little way to make sure I can easily get a pickaxe without having to go mining to get more ingredients. Okay, so the first up in the top 3 is the Farmer. The Farmer was probably one of the hardest placements I had here, because the Farmer is obtained when you interact with a composter. This villager is essentially one of the most essential ones in villager trading halls, as 1, it is the best for breeding, 2, it is one of the best food sources in the game for trade, being the golden carrots, and 3, it gives the player just more time to actually think it, and it's also one of the most essential things for automatic farms, which is probably the reason why I care more about it. However, I think that this is a must-have in every single world when it comes to a villager trading hall, because I feel like farmers trade some of the best items, being the golden carrot. If you don't know what the golden carrot does, by the way, the golden carrot just gives you extra saturation, which I think is a really good thing. 2 on this list is the Fletcher. This is one of the most essential parts of the Minecraft villager trading hall, as it has some incredible trades that are easily made by a single log and many emeralds. Take a look at League of the Notables and Emerald Tower. That was possible because of a fletching table and its trades. The arrows are good for when you don't have an infinity bow, because some people would rather infinity over mending. I know I'm one of them. But also, I think it's more interesting because, like, Fletcher has that one stick trade, which is one of the most insane trades ever in a Minecraft villager thing. And now that we know that the next villager's getting a nerf, I genuinely do see this villager maybe overtaking, as it is literally the essential for money. But, I mean, as much as I would say that, the number one pick is pretty goddamn obvious. Librarian is obviously the most useful villager. This villager is the essential for making yourself the most overpowered tools at the end of your game. You can get a full set of Netherite and fully enchant it to be insane. And that's why people love it too much, because, well, it's one of the easiest things to do. I really wish I could sit here and tell you that, oh yeah, no, it's fine, guys, it's so fine. And no, it's not. It's actually quite upsetting to think about it as, yeah, the Librarian is just the most overpowered and always will be. So I'm kind of upset that I have to say that as a thing. I would much rather be sitting here like, oh yeah, no, it's definitely not that bad. But no, it genuinely is. It's it's stupid how overpowered it is. I really wish I could fix that. Alrighty, I apologize, people. Bye. Did you like that video? Do you hate me for putting the nitwit at the last place? I don't really care either way. Hope you guys all enjoyed. That was my ranking for the villages in Minecraft. If you guys liked this video, make sure to hit a like and subscribe. Anyway, see yous. Goodbye.